Imagine a world where America's economic engine roars back to life, where India rises as a global superpower, where the balance of power shifts, redrawing the lines on the map of tomorrow. Whether you see him as a savior or a disruptor, one thing's undeniable. Donald Trump's policies have the potential to reshape the world as we know it. But how? What would a Trump presidency actually mean for the United States and its place on the global stage? What ripple effects would be felt in every corner of the world, from the bustling streets of Mumbai to the halls of power in Brussels? We've all borne witness to the horrifying conflicts erupting across the globe under the Biden administration. From the blood-soaked streets of Ukraine to the escalating tensions in the Middle East, the world teeters on a knife's edge. What if a Trump presidency could be the circuit breaker this volatile situation desperately needs? Trump's approach to foreign policy, often unconventional and undeniably firm, might be the key to de-escalating these powder keg situations. Is it possible that his brand of diplomacy, however unorthodox, could succeed where others have failed? Could this be the change the world needs? And it just might be within reach. The global chessboard is being reset right before our eyes. On one side, you have the established powers of NATO, led by a weakened America under Biden. On the other, you have the rising force of BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This is about who gets to write the rules of the 21st century. It's about economic power, military might, and global leadership. But what if a Trump victory throws a wrench in the works? Trump's America First agenda could upend this dynamic. Would he crush BRICS or find a way to work with them? The answer could determine the fate of nations. Let's be honest, folks. There's a reason the political establishment, the media, the so-called experts, hate Donald Trump with such a burning passion. It's because he threatens their very existence. He sees right through them, exposes them for what they are, a self-serving cabal more interested in enriching themselves than serving the American people. They call it the deep state, this shadowy network of bureaucrats, intelligence officials, and global elites who pull the strings behind the curtain. They operate in the shadows, unaccountable to the American people, enriching themselves at our expense while selling us out to the highest bidder. Trump's rise to power sent shockwaves through this system. He dared to challenge their authority, to expose their corruption, and they've been out to get him ever since. Think about it. The Russia hoax, the impeachment trials, the constant barrage of negative press, it's all connected. They're terrified of what he represents, a threat to their power, their control, their gravy train. And it's not just an American problem. These global elites operate across borders, enriching themselves while the rest of us are struggling to make ends meet. They profit from endless wars, from open borders, from the decline of the American middle class. Trump's America First agenda is a direct threat to their globalist scheme. He wants to put America first, to protect American jobs, to stand up for American interests. And that, my friends, is why they're so desperate to stop him. Chapter 4. The Biden Economy, a nation drowning in debt. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, folks, the one the mainstream media desperately tries to ignore, the Biden economy. Under the Biden administration, we've seen record inflation, soaring gas prices, and a national debt spiraling out of control. The numbers don't lie. We're talking about a $2 trillion increase in debt every year under Biden, $35.8 trillion in debt, a crushing burden on every American taxpayer. That's over $100,000 for every man, woman, and child in this country. And what do we have to show for it? Empty shelves, shrinking paychecks, and a sense that the American dream is slipping further and further out of reach. The middle class is being hollowed out, folks, while the wealthy elites who fund the Biden administration get richer and richer. It's a rigged system, designed to benefit the few at the expense of the many. But it's not just about the economy, is it? It's about the erosion of American strength, the sense that our country is adrift, led by a weak and incompetent administration. Our enemies are emboldened, our allies are questioning our resolve, and the American people are losing faith. We need a leader who will stand up for American interests, who will fight for the forgotten men and women of this country. We need a leader who will make America great again. Chapter 5. The Abraham Accords, Forging a New Path to Peace in the Middle East. You want to talk about foreign policy achievements? Let's talk about the Abraham Accords. This wasn't just a historic agreement, folks. It was a seismic shift in the Middle East, brokered by Donald Trump and his administration. For decades, we were told peace between Israel and the Arab world was impossible, a pipe dream. But Trump threw out the old playbook, ignored the naysayers, and achieved what was once unthinkable. Think about the possibilities. The UAE and Bahrain signing on, normalizing relations with Israel, opening up trade, tourism, and cooperation. And it doesn't stop there. Under a Trump presidency, we could see this expand even further, bringing in Saudi Arabia, other Gulf states, creating a united front against the common enemies of peace and stability in the region. Iran, terrorist organizations, you name it. This is what real leadership looks like, folks. Not empty rhetoric, not endless wars, but actual, tangible progress towards a more peaceful and prosperous future. The Abraham Accords are a testament to Trump's deal-making abilities, his willingness to challenge the status quo, and his unwavering commitment to American interests. It's a legacy that will be felt for generations to come. Chapter 6. Uniting America. Trump's challenge to the left's identity politics. Let's be clear. The left thrives on division. They pit us against each other based on race, religion, sexual orientation, anything to keep us at each other's throats while they consolidate power and line their own pockets. They call it social justice, but it's nothing more than a cynical ploy to divide and conquer. They want us to see ourselves as victims, to view our fellow Americans as the enemy. But here's the thing about Donald Trump. He doesn't see color, he sees Americans. He doesn't care about your background, your religion, or who you voted for in the last election. He cares about one thing, making America great again for everyone. And that message resonates, folks. It cuts through the noise and speaks directly to the heart of the American people. Look at his rallies, the diverse crowds of working-class Americans from all walks of life, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. They're united by a common belief in the American dream, a desire for a better future, and a leader who finally understands their struggles. Trump's message of unity, of putting America first, is a direct threat to the left's grip on power. They need us divided. They need us at each other's throats to distract from their own failures and corruption. Chapter 7. America's role on the world stage. Leading from a position of strength. The world is a dangerous place, folks, always has been, always will be. And in times like these, we need a leader who understands that. A leader who will project American strength on the world stage, not weakness. We need a leader who will stand up for our allies, who will make our enemies think twice before challenging us. Under the Biden administration, we've seen the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, the emboldening of our adversaries, and the erosion of American credibility. Our enemies smell weakness, and they're not afraid to exploit it. China is flexing its muscles in the South China Sea. Russia is threatening our NATO allies, and Iran is closer than ever to obtaining nuclear weapons. We need a course correction, and we need it now. We need a leader who will rebuild our military, who will stand up for our values, and who will make America respected again on the world stage. We need a leader who understands that peace is achieved through strength, not weakness. The choice is clear. A Trump victory for a stronger America, a safer world. And there you have it. A Trump victory could do more than just impact America. It might just redefine the world stage, especially for allies like India. From economic opportunities to shifting alliances, his leadership could be the shake-up the global order needs. A world where America is respected again, where our enemies fear us and our allies can count on us. A world where the American dream is within reach for all, not just the privileged few. That's the promise of a Trump presidency, a promise to restore America to its rightful place as a beacon of freedom and opportunity for all. But what do you think? Is this the kind of change we need, or a risk the world can't afford? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed exploring these ideas with us, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us here at Truths and Trends for more insights into the forces shaping our world. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay informed.